Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my experience and my journey of how I went from working in a warehouse job to living in LA. And I see people making videos about their experience and certain things that they went through, and I feel like my own experience is unique because working at a warehouse for me was my first job. And I didn't really have too many, like, even to this point, I didn't work too many different jobs to even you know have a so my perspective is unique. This was my first job, and what I do now and what I've done in between is so different. So looking back at it, I feel like I'm able to I'm able to speak from a different perspective. But other than that, I feel like within my journey, within the choices that I made and the reason why I made them, I feel like those watching can be able to gain or to could be able to learn from some of the mistakes that I made or some of the choices that I've made, and just my whole journey. It's important to look at other people's story and be able to take what you can take out of that to add it to your own life. So let's get into this story time, or not a story. I'm not going to call it a story time, but let's get into this story, this journey. So I'm going to start this story 3 months after. Honestly, I'm not sure the time period, but this was after I got out of high school. So this was like 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago maybe. So I went on a family vacation to South Carolina. I had a beautiful time. This is a beautiful place. Everybody shows hospitality. The food is so good. The sun shines differently. It's just a beautiful thing. I had a beautiful time with my family. My mom was there. My sister was there. Just created some beautiful memories. And then we was there for like a week. And then once we left, I had to go back to my old city. The city looked so gloomy, and it just felt there was an energetic shift. There was a lower energy. There was lower vibrations that I felt while I was there. And I was trying to explain to my friends, like, you guys don't feel this city. This is not it. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, I just came back from paradise, and then now I'm back in the city. Like, you guys don't feel that? They couldn't really resonate with me, maybe because I was freshly out, and the juxtaposition, the juxtaposition was so different because I just left and now I'm back. So automatically at that time, I knew, like, yeah, I'm not going to be living here forever. I'm not going to be living here for a long time. The second I get the chance to leave, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to start a new life somewhere else, because the energy's here. Like, I've been exposed to the actual energetic, the overall, because to my understanding, I know that there is a certain collective consciousness that exists in different areas, in different places, in different states, but also in different cities and even in neighborhoods. But for that state and city, the energy is just lower. The consciousness, the overall vibrational collective. But anyway, while I was in South Carolina, I was having a conversation with my sister, and I already filled out the application for the warehouse job. So I knew that I was on the path of getting money, because I had two paths that I could have took at this time. I could have went to community college, at one of the colleges in my city. I could have did a lot of stuff, like, if I really wanted to. I ran track in high school, so if I really wanted to, I could have went to, like, any top college in my city or my state. Not my city. I could have went to any college in the state. I don't know about any, but pretty sure, like, my grades was also good, so I could have went to, like, the biggest college. I got honor roll since I was in since you could get honor roll since I was in 4th grade. There was a few times where I got like a C or something, but for the most part I got like A's and B's, and not even B minuses. Like, there was some times where I got straight A's. Like, I was doing my thing for a long time. So if I wanted to go to college and go to, like, the nicest college and run, and I wasn't slow either. Like, I'm a 3-time state champion. The team that I ran for, we just, I got 3 championship rings. The times that I had, I was receiving college letters. So there was a lot of different things that I could have done on the school route. So when I say that I was going to community college, it was just because that was the smartest option at the time. because it was a plan that people had where you would go to the community college for 2 years, and then you would take those credits and then basically transfer them to like a bigger college, so that way you could save money, which is smart. And that was the path that I was on at that time. But so I could have done that, or I could have got money instantly. And when you haven't gotten money your whole life, and you grew up basically in poverty, you don't want to keep going through poverty as an adult, as a man, being 18 years old, seeing, your family struggling, seeing different things. You want to get money instantly. And for me, like, I wasn't in the streets. I knew people that was in the streets. I knew people that was doing different things, but that just wasn't my path. It wasn't something that resonated with me. So I wasn't going to try to make money in ways that went against my character. So I would either have to get a job or wait 4 years or 5, 6 years until I graduated college to be able to get a job, which didn't make sense to me. Or you could get a job and work college at the same time. But it's like, if I had a hard time getting a job the whole time I was in high school, why would I, you know, I was ready to get money. I was ready to get a car. I was ready to get my MacBook so I could be able to record music and make my home studio. I was ready to just, get Wi-Fi and do different things because I didn't have Wi-Fi. So the first day of college was the first day of school. Was the first day of work. And I was going to try to balance the both. I was going to try to move around classes so that way that I could work, and it wasn't going to work out. So I went there, dropped the classes, took the bus, went to work, worked the first day, watching some videos. They're just showing us the safety precautions that you got to take. In the classes, the people that you start your job with, there was around 6 or 7 people. The first guy that left, he left on the first day. He left and he didn't, he was out of there. And it was just like, dang, it was sad because I'm like, dang, bro, like he was telling us how he just had to pay for certain things. Like he needed things that he had to pay for. I think he had kids or something. He left and I was like, oh, dang, it's getting real already. Like, it's not even the first day. For me, the pressure's on me because I'm like, I didn't go to college for this. So if I just dropped all my classes and now I dropped this too, what am I going to look like? I'm going to look like a quitter. So I'm like, I gotta make this work. I gotta at least get my car, I already knew what I was coming here for. I'm like, I at least gotta get my car. I at least gotta get my MacBook. I at least gotta get my microphone so I can set up my studio equipment. And I at least just gotta buy myself some nice clothes and save up some money. I need to save up some X amount of thousands of dollars. And then whatever happens, I'll go from there. But because once I have a car, now I can make money in many different ways. I already made the plan. I was already plotting on the next part, because who wants to work at a warehouse job for a long period of time? There's some people, though, don't get me wrong. There's certain people, like it was a guy at the job I was working. He was making $100,000 a year because of how good he was. There's something called incentive. And basically, the job that I worked, the description that I'm going to give you, what we had to do is you had to stack boxes, food boxes, turn it into a pallet, and you will wrap it in plastic and you would send it you would put it at a certain place. They would then put it on the truck and then the truck would drive, So it was that type of warehouse, like a food warehouse. One guy made $100,000. There was people making $90,000 because they worked fast. Me, at this time, I was making, the first week they pay you $12.50. After 2 weeks, they pay you $14.50. Minimum wage at my city at that time was $10.10. So I'm already making $4.50, $4.40 more than everyone else per hour. So I went from making $0 and having no money to making more money than pretty much everyone that I know. Everybody that I went to school with, everybody, like even the adults that have like families and stuff like that. I'm making, like $500 a week, around like, between $400 and $500 a week, making $2,000 a month. To me, this is a lot of money. Like before this, I had made no money my entire life. I made like money here and there, like small jobs with my dad, doing painting gigs and cutting the lawn for different people and helping people move and doing different things around the house, like fixing certain stuff, doing tiles on the floor, but I would make like $30 a job, So I went from making that to making, for my first check being $411. I'll never forget this. I felt rich when I got this money, and I was already plotting on my car. So first few weeks, I'm just like trying to stack up a little bit of money. I honestly don't remember how I kind of spent it. I guess I was buying food. I was taking the bus. I was like, had certain things I had to buy for work, like boots and stuff, steel toe boots. there was sometimes where I'm taking the Uber to work because I don't want to have to, you know, take the bus ride. I had to take one bus downtown and take another bus there. It was like an hour commute, but driving it was like 15 minutes. So I'm plotting on a car. After my first week, after my first month of just getting used to having money and just spending it, 'cause I'm like, you know, I never had money my whole life. Let me like enjoy the luxury. Like, this is what I'm working for. Like, let me buy myself some food. Let me go buy some clothes. But after this, I'm on the plan. Like, I'm on the path. I'm going to get my car. I'm not about to. There's no reason why I'm making $2,000 a month. I don't have a car. And I don't have no bills. You know, so I'm making all that 2,000 that I'm getting. I'm pretty much able to keep all of it. Except for like, you know, I'm paying like the Wi-Fi now. I'm paying like the water bill, like small stuff that I'm helping my mom with. Because I'm living with my mom at this time. So a month later, eyes on the prize. One of my parents' friends, he sold cars. We went to go check out, me and my dad went to go check out this Nissan Altima 2002. If you go back far enough on my channel, I probably private a lot of the videos now, but yeah, if you follow me all the way back then, you'll see, like, you know that, yeah, that was my first car. So I gave him a deposit on the car, which was my whole check. I gave him like $400. The car was $1,200. Every check that I would get for 3 weeks straight, I'm giving it to him, giving him the checks. You know, taking the check, cashing it, giving him the money. I was living off of just one check. So $400, I had to stretch that for a month, which was easy because I went my whole life not having money. But I'm like, yo, once I give him this last check, it's good because now I'm saving 2 hours a day. I'm saving energy. I get to go wherever I want. I get to have this car. But not really though, because I ain't even have my license yet. I'm trying to do all this. I ain't even have my license. So I'm stacking these boxes, learning how to make these pallets and stuff, dealing with like aggressive people that just got out of jail. Some people, and keep in mind, these are the type of jobs that they only hire like felons. They only hire because those are the only people that's really going to work there for a certain amount of time, or people that just, you know, this is their first job. But mostly they hire people that just are felons or people that need to pay child support. Like, these are the type of people that worked at those jobs. So you're kind of dealing with that. My cousin worked there, and he was like, you know, one of the reasons why I got in. So a lot of people knew him, and they knew that I was his cousin. So like, you know, it was kind of cool. It was kind of chill. And you know, when you mind your business and you just do what you got to do, people going, you know, stay out your way. You stay out the way, you know, they stay out your way. Gave bro my last paycheck to get the car. I gave bro my last paycheck. He gave me the car. I drive to my friend's house. I'm showing him like, yo, this my whip now. Like, we celebrating, cause you know, you get something like that, you get your first car, you're gonna want to show your friends, you're gonna want to do that. I had to go to work the same day, but this day of work was different. I got my car, you know, I'm thinking about it the whole time, because before that, every box that I stacked up until this point, I'm thinking, oh, this is a box closer to my car. This is a box closer to my car. I'm at work now. Now I'm like, okay, one thing crossed off the list. You know, I'm lit. You know, fast forward, I get my MacBook, I get everything. A few months pass, or 9 months pass. I'm working at this job. Something hits me one day where I'm just like, not physically, even though this was kind of a dangerous job in a way. You got certain machinery that is just very heavy, and you could really get hurt. You know, this heavy machinery. Sometimes it's slippery things like strawberries on the floor. Sometimes you might run into somebody, and you know, it's pretty dangerous environment. You got people with forklifts and all of that. But something hit me in a metaphorical sense where I have an idea that I don't want to, like, go on. Now I'm revisiting the other idea that I don't want to live here no more, because I'm in this dark, cold warehouse, and I'm in this city, and it's like, okay, I'm getting money, this is cool, like, I'm happy, you know, but I'm like in the same routine, I'm in the same cycle, and I'm in the same energy now. I don't want to get stuck here. I'm like, dang, I want to move to California. This is literally the first thought I have. I'm like, I want to leave here. If I could choose anywhere that I want to go, I would want to move to California. So that was my thought. So then I'm starting to think about how I could move here. And then I had a feeling like I think I know somebody in California, but I'm not sure. And then I remember my boy Save live out here. So I call him. We have an hour conversation about life, because at this point I didn't talk to him in months. Like, I don't even think that he knew that I worked here. I didn't really know what he got going on, because sometimes you graduate high school and you don't talk to people for a minute. But this was my boy. We were in track together, and we went through a lot of certain things in high school where we just that was like my bro, but I ain't talked to him in a minute. So we caught up, and I told him, like, yeah, I'm done working here. Like, this is cool. Like, I'm making cool money compared to everybody that I know. But now I want to be able to, like, do it on a different level. If I could do this now, like, now that I got my car, now that I got some money, now that I got my MacBook, and at that time, I already had like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So now I'm breaking different mental barriers. I'm breaking different beliefs that is making my ceiling higher of what I feel like I can accomplish. So I talked to him, and I'm like, yeah, like, he's telling me about how he's training Playboy models, and he's working with different actors that have like millions of followers on Instagram, and that's in these blockbuster movies, and people that are selling real estate houses, selling $1 million houses, and all of these famous people and all of these different type of things. And I'm like, damn, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get like you. Like, put me on. How can I do that? How can I live out there? And he basically gave me the breakdown of how he was physical training. He was doing personal training with his dad at his dad's gym. And I told him, like, yeah, bro, like, I'm ready to come. So if he basically telling me, like, yeah, you could come out here and just live with me, and we could do this, but not right now because of the circumstances. So I tell him, like, okay, but whenever I'm ready to buy my ticket, whenever. His dad ends up needing another trainer. So then I talked to his dad. His dad's like, yeah, like, you could come out here. We need someone else to train. Honestly, I don't really know. It's still kind of blurry to me a little bit how I actually ended up out here. Me and him talked about it so much, and I was really ready to come out here. I'm pretty sure I was going to come out here anyway. Like, I already bought a ticket. I was going to come. I didn't know how I was going to really make it happen. And I don't advise anybody to do that, just because it could have went wrong. But when you just know who you are and you know that you'll thrive in certain situations, then you're making an educated risk. It's not just a risk. Like, I knew myself. I knew what I had in me, and I knew that, like, I could make certain things work. So yeah, I came out here, everything that he said we were doing now together. We're training like different models and different people that, have like gold records, and that's in #1 movies and all of that. And I'm just in North Hollywood in California, just living life, meeting different people, meeting just a whole bunch of different like types of energy, and understanding that the small city that I grew up in my entire life wasn't the whole world. And I knew that, but now I'm actually experiencing it, and I'm working around people that's making millions of dollars. So I'm learning what it takes to be successful on that level. And I'm also adding value to their life. So I'm growing my network of people. I'm learning different things from just, and I'm 19 at this time. So I'm just soaking up all of this like a sponge. I'm just soaking up the experience. I'm soaking up the work ethic that it's taking. And yeah, so then I made that jump, and then everything was just going good, but we were working hard. We were working so hard, and it just was a lot. It was too much at a certain point. And I'm like, I can't really do this no more. So I ended up leaving the gym. And then one of the people from the gym had basically put me on this part of the story. This is like, I'm not going to tell the whole story right now, just because like I plan on making other videos about different topics. Because if I was to say everything right now, this would be like a very long video. I just want to kind of stay on topic. But I went from working at a warehouse in my small city to now living in California, living in LA with one of my best friends from high school. And then now we're just doing what we was doing in high school. We was working out, we was working out. We're trying to better ourselves. We're trying to grow spiritually. But now we're able to have an effect on other people's lives. We're able to make money doing something that we were already doing, and now do it on a higher level. So to me, that was just like one of those successful moments, because everything just changed in an instant. Everything just changed within a blink of an eye, It's crazy. Like, it's crazy thinking about that. And then from there, it only just got crazier. It just only, from my story, just like how things just maneuvered, and just, But yeah, so basically, what you could take from this story is that if you're living in your city or you're working at a warehouse job, you got to get what you got to get from that job and have a plan to move on to something better. You got to make that job be the stepping stone for the next level. Because if you stay stuck at the same level for long enough, then now you're going to end up like some of those people at your job that you say that you don't want to be like, because they didn't have a plan. They didn't believe that they could do it. They didn't have it in them to take that risk, you know? But yeah, if you grew up in one city your whole life, at some point you will want to leave. You don't want to stay in your city your whole life, unless you live in a beautiful city and everything is going good and you got your foundation, like your parents there, that's cool. But you at least want to live in another city for a year just to get that experience, just to understand what the rest of the world is like, and also to break out of certain limiting barriers that your city has trapped you in. But yeah, man, if you guys got any questions, let me know. I just want to share this story. I've seen people making videos about their warehouse job experience, so I wanted to share mine. So yeah, let me know what you guys think.